the 76% consolidation rate, sa tingin nyo yung April 30 deadline, this will be the final extension?
Yes, ito na ang final extension. No? In fact, mag-issue nga kami ng statement dati na even with 76%, we can implement the program. No? But since meron ng clamor na sana magkaroon ng extension, kaya ang ating presidente ay pinagbigyan itong mga humihingi ng more time for them to file their consolidation requirements.
The reason I ask, sir, kasi last week, firm yung decision nyo na walang extension sa kabila ng clamor din. So tapos bigla nagbago yung isip nyo. So ito talaga, after April 30, hindi na rin kayo magre-recommend?
Hindi na kami magre-recommend ng any extension.
Kahit may kumausap sa inyo, sir?
This is the eighth time that we are extending the deadline.
So regardless, sir, kung may kumausap sa inyo, magpatawag ng hearing sa Kongreso, another dialogue with transport groups, wala na talaga?
Gagamitin natin itong last 3 months to do the dialogue and to accept file application for consolidation.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning. Sir, kasi sa February 1 dapat may nakakasan na hulihan. But given the extension, sir, what's going to happen to that? Wala na muna.
We will take that up in the meeting of the board tomorrow, which I will convene. But since in-extend ni Presidente, ang tuloy is yung registration ng mga sasakyan. Meaning to say, yung mga sasakyan, regardless of the deadline of February 1 or not, dapat rehistrado yan sa LTO. Kung hindi ka rehistrado, puhunin ka pa rin, not because of a franchise issue, but because of failure of registration.
Okay. But I'll focus on the unconsolidated jeepneys na who might be still worried sa February 1. Kasi sila, iisip kung tatakbo ba or hindi. Because in the previous statement, rephrase ko po.
Wala na po, sir, kasi rehistrado na. Pero basta registered sila, tatakbo sila.
Rephrase ko, sir, para mas operational. Yun pong mga unconsolidated na mga jeepneys, by February 1, sir, pwede pa silang tumakbo?
As long as they are registered, because the President has already issued the directive na ini-extend po nila yung deadline for consolidation. So, therefore, the LTFRB then will be giving them the confirmation. Now, it is up for them now to register this with the LTFRB. So, insofar as the LTFRB is concerned, wala pong kulian on matters of franchise. Okay?
Secretary, is this just a matter of extending parang the application period, or are we changing some of the features of the program? Kasi may mga, para sir, stalemate na kayo ng mga ayaw tsaka yung government at yung mga ayaw kasi may mga features sila na immovable. For example, the franchise issue. Gusto nila individual franchise but still yung ownership, yung sense of ownership, they want to retain that. Are we changing some of the features of the PUV to accommodate the objections of those who do not want it?
May I answer that
Yes,
question? Since last night I was in a meeting in Congress with Modi Floranda and with Manibelas Mar Balbuena. They have agreed to visit my office and come up with a dialogue. Open-ended yun. But when they agree to come to the office, it means they are willing to sit down and discuss the matter with us. So as of now, this is still an open-end thing. Perhaps we can come up with a compromise. Okay? Yun lang po masasabi namin sa ngayon because they're coming to the office for a dialogue.
Sir, when you say compromise, in terms of what? Features of the PUVMP or application of the program? Paano, sir?
Well, insofar as the features, I say we have a clear-cut requirement for that. But we still need to talk. Again, as the Secretary said, and I'm patterning into the Secretary's pronouncement na bukas ang opisina niya. So sinabi ko rin sa kanila, bukas pong opisina namin, come let's sit down and talk. We may have some common grounds where we can start. And then from there, let us see if we can probably agree to some common terms.
Sir, ano yung pwede niyong ibigay pa? I mean, to be fair to you, the PUV MP of 2017 is very different from the
Yes.
PUV MP now. Pero sir, when you talk about compromise with those na hardliners, ano yung kaya niyo pang i-bend a little bit more? Meron pa ba, sir? Secretary?
Yun na nga, dapat makipag-contact sila sa amin. No? Of course, yung mga issues na sinasabi nila, no? We're willing to talk to them. No? But kung ibibigay namin sa kanila, dapat kaming mag-usap. No? Kung ano man yung hihilingin nila, no? Ibigay nila sa amin. No? And LTFRB or OTC will address this.
Meaning sir, the immovables, pwede niyo pang i-negotiate yun? For example, yun nga kung franchise gusto nila 5 years next na...
Binigay na natin yung 5 years, franchise is for 5 years. No?
Okay.
Yung franchise ng mga modernized is 7 years. No?
Mhm.
Nabigay na natin yan eh. No? These are important provisions that we already agreed. No?
Okay.
Hindi nga namin alam kung ano yung... Ang gusto nila, yung individual franchise. No?
Yes, sir.
But it will be contrary to the concept of consolidation. No? Dito sa consolidation, we will be very firm. No? We will require consolidation.
Okay. Sir, last na lang, medyo ang low-hanging fruit, sir, kasi before the announcement was that hindi sila pwedeng mag-form na, right? But they can be absorbed.
Yes.
Are we changing that to yung hindi pa consolidated can form on their own? Pwede pa yun, sir, na low-hanging fruit or...
Yes. In fact, kahapon yan ang pinag-usapan namin ng Presidente. No? Kasi ang possibility that we're looking at is we will allow them to join existing cooperatives or existing corporation. No? But since the President extended it for 3 months, now we will allow them to form their own cooperatives or corporation, no? And palagay ko nga in 3 months time they should be able to do that, no? Ang Office of the Transport Cooperative will help them, no? LTFRB will help them, no? And all the other offices of the OTR, no? Will extend all the assistance, no? Para makapag-join sila dun sa ating consolidation program.
Mukhang kaya na yan, sir. Mukhang realistic na yan, sir.
Yung 3 months, I think, is realistic. Very realistic. No?
Good morning po. Secretary, clarify ko lang po, itong extension, was this agreed upon based on the resolution from the legislative or was this a decision on part of the executive?
This is a decision on the part of the executive. No? Ang hinihingi, if you will recall, I think the resolution is to suspend, if I remember it correctly, the resolution, tingnan ko lang ano yung resolution.
House ba yan, sir?
Yung resolution ng House.
Reconsider the implementation.
Ang sinasabi, the House of Representatives Committee on Transport has approved a motion requesting President Marcos to extend the January 31 deadline for the PUV modernization program until there is a concrete plan to address the major issues. No? So, ang decision namin is to extend it by 3 months to allow those who wanted to consolidate, no? to be able to join the program. Kasi nga, ang sinabi ko sa Presidente na marami pa rin gustong mag-consolidate kaso tatapos na yung deadline. No? And sabi niya, sige, to help them, let's extend it for another 3 months.
For Chairman Jojo, what will happen next? So, ito pong application for formation of new entities, corporations, or cooperatives. Will this be open to all starting now, or mag-a-act lang po kayo according to the motion submitted to the LTFRB?
In line with the President's directive and the Secretary's directive to us, it will be open to everybody. So those who wish to consolidate may apply in the different regional offices and in the central office.
Hi, good morning po, si Johnson po from ABS-CBN. Secretary, sabi niyo ho kanina, pinagbigyan or gustong pagbigyan ng Presidente yung humihingi ng more time for consolidation, pero baka lang ho pwede niyong sabihin, what made the President decide na i-extend pa for another 3 months? Kasi ang sabi po ninyo dati, 100% go na yan, pero may extension pa rin tayo ngayon.
Alam mo, ang sabi namin, yung 76% consolidation is enough for us to implement the program. No? But since meron ng gusto pang sumama, no? Mapagbigyan natin, nag-decide nga ang Presidente na, sige, isama natin itong mga gustong sumama. No? Pero doon sa mga ayaw talaga, wala tayong magagawa doon. No? Hindi, kung katulad nung mga hinihingi na kailangang individual, hindi natin mapagbibigyan yung mga ganong request. No? Kailangan, ang pagbibigyan lang natin ay yung sasama doon sa consolidation program. No?
Secretary, pwede ho ba nating at least mabanggit sino ba itong grupo or individuals na may clamor for an extension ng consolidation?
Ay, naku, marami yan. No? Yung iba, kasama doon sa grupo na sumusuporta sa piston. No? May mga grupo na lumapit na sa akin. No? In fact, this afternoon, magmi-meet around 500 of them dito sa bandang south. No? They wanted to invite us. No? Unfortunately, I have commitments that I cannot cancel, so I cannot join. No? Pero sinabi ko nga sa kanila na yung decision ng Presidente, ito ay yung pag-uusap na ito ay even before mag-decide ang Presidente. No? Kasi nga, ang pinag-uusapan namin noon ay posible silang mag-join ng existing cooperative. No? But now that the President has extended it for 3 months, no? Pwede silang talagang magtayo ng mga sarili nilang cooperative. No? And because of that, meron silang meeting mamayang 2 o'clock. No? Bandang southern part of Metro Manila.
And last na lang, Secretary, yun pong inyong decision for a recommendation sa Presidente na pagbigyan pa, kailan po siya sinimulan? O kailan kayo nag-decide na?
Kahapon yan, kahapon. We had a special cabinet meeting. No? And sinabi ko nga sa Presidente na merong ganyang resolution ang Congress. No? Pero ang sabi nga niya, kailangan tulungan natin yung gustong sumama. No? Yung gustong sumama lang naman. Pero kung ayaw niyong sumama, wala tayong magagawa sa kanila. No?
Thank you.
Hi, good morning po, Secretary and officials po. Rex po from CNN Philippines. So given this new development, ilan po yung projection ng consolidation rate for nationwide and for NCR after 3 months?
Siguro tataas tayo ng hindi na sa mga probinsya siguro halos kasi mataas na yung consolidation rates no? Dito na lang sa Metro Manila yung tinitingnan natin no? Although yung sa provinces we will still allow them no since itong 3-month extension is available to all players no we'll allow everybody no. So hopefully, tingin ko with this extension, we can increase it to siguro 85%. No? With 85%, I'm very sure this will be a very successful program.
And for Metro Manila, maybe RD?
We will also abide by the national projections of 85%.
So from 50 plus, magiging 85.
I'd just like to highlight that. Kasi noong nag-start po ng December, ang meron na tayo sa Metro Manila is 32%. Okay? But come end December, after 3 weeks, the percentage in Metro Manila rose to 52%. That's 20% in a matter of 3 weeks. So we're now giving them another chance. 3 months po ito. So we're confident that they will also heed to that extension. They'll use it so that they will be able to join the program. Yun mo sa Metro Manila kasi, if I may share lang, those that would want to consolidate actually are twofolds, no? Yung isa, yung gusto nilang magtayo on their own, but most of those that we receive, at least no, yung nasa office ko na po ng mga motions, are actually coming from those consolidated entities already na nilalapitan na po ng mga individuals doon sa area if they can be taken as members of their cooperatives or corporations. So ito pong extension na binibigay natin, binibigyan natin ng chance yung mga gustong mag-consolidate either to form or to join the existing ones. Yung existing ones, tinatanggap po ito because nakikita po nila na it's also about time for them to expand and strengthen their own organization, their own cooperatives or their own corporations already. So yun po ang tinitignan natin na pagtaas po noong percentage of consolidation in Metro Manila.
Okay, kay Secretary po, base po ba sa pakikipag-usap niyo sa Pangulo, the way that the decision was made kahapon, no? Talagang firm siya sa na kailangan may consolidation, not yung, kasi di ba panawagan is ng mga ibang grupo is scrapping the PUV modernization altogether.
Actually, yung consolidation concept ay from the very start that we have discussed with the President ay sinusuportahan niya yun. No? Sabi niya napaka-importante nitong component na consolidation. No? And as early as last year, nung in-explain namin sa kanya to, ay sabi niya napaka-importante nitong consolidation issue. No? Because it will increase it will improve the operations of the jeepney operations, no? It will improve it will make operations more viable, no? Dahil magkakaroon ng tamang dispatch, no? Magkakaroon ng tamang fleet management, no? Magkakaroon ng tamang maintenance, no? And with corporations and cooperatives operating this group, no? They will be able to adapt yung tinatawag na best practice in the industry. So, ang magiging resulta nito ay talagang good travel experience para sa ating mga pasahero.
Last one, sige, Chairman.
Dagdagan natin sa meeting namin sa Pangulo noong December, and in fact pati yung sa celebration ng Cooperative Month noong October, talagang malakas ang kanyang pananaw sa consolidation. In fact, ang marching orders nga sa opisina ko ay palakasin ang mga kooperatiba, give them all the tools for them to be successful, at saka for us to really monitor yung mga kooperatiba to have good leaders and responsible leaders. So sa consolidation talagang very firm ang ating Pangulo doon.
Last on my part, for fairness sake din, kasi claim ni Mr. Balbuena na yung may mga operator daw 1,000 na having financial losses tapos di nakabayad sa bangko. So, your response to that, Secretary?
Ako muna, no? In fact, tinanong sa Kongreso yung land bank, no? Ilan ba sa mga kooperatiba at korporasyon ang nag-avail ng loans? It was around 168. Yung nag-avail. Ilan ang merong arrears or lumagpas sa pagbabayad? There were 6. So 6 with 168, clearly hindi malaking number yon, no? On the part naman of DBP, to be very transparent, mga 24% may concern. So ang ibig ko sabihin, normal na talaga nagkakaroon ng mga problema in running it. So nandito yung OTC to really capacitate them to be better cooperatives, especially kahapon sa Kongreso, ang daming nagsalita mga successful cooperatives. So it's really a matter of giving them all the tools And yung basehan ng sinasabi ng grupo na yon, we cannot say na malaking porsyento or majority ay ganun ang sitwasyon.
Dagdagan ko lang po ang sinabi ng OTC Chairman coming from the banking sector. Yung sa land bank po, ang past due rate nila is below 10%. It's about 5.2%. Maliit po yun, so it's a healthy past due rate. Yung sa TPP po, medyo may kataasan po ba? During the hearing, napansin po namin, these are birth pains ng isang nagsisimula pong kooperatiba and birth pains po ng nagsisimulang programa ng gobyerno. Base naman po sa aming pagtatalakay, we can still revive these corporations. Ngayon po may mga pinapatupad na po kami mga amendments sa program to make these cooperatives competitive in the market.
Any other? Yes, Joseph.
Sir, patulong ako sa stats. Because we always refer to the December 31, pero mayroon ako yung data ng January 12 eh. 22,000, tanggalin na natin yung mga colorum from since birth. Kasi from your perspective, ang pinag-uusapan natin, ma'am, are the confirmed, no? The registered. And you have, based on your data on January 12, 22,284, tama?
Hindi mo lang ako ng time para sa
Naman kaya ako tinatanong kasi I wanna see yung gusto nyong number na makatch within the 3 months eh. If it's a small number or big number or workable number para ma-meet yung April 30. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This data actually chinek natin as of January 9 actually. For NCR, if we're just looking at those that have registered for 2023, the confirmed units for PUJs is 22,284.
Okay.
For UV, we have 3,886, and then the total confirmed units is 26,170.
Hold on. 26?
That's for both PUJs and UVs naman.
26 na nalit, ma'am?
170.
Okay.
Okay.
NCR.
So if we're looking muna sa PUJs, no? Sa PUJs po, ang confirmed units, when we say confirmed, ito po yung mga nakarehistro, at least for 2023. Out of the 22,284 confirmed units, ang nag-consolidate na po, na nag-meet ng December deadline is already at 21,655. Translated into percentage, that's actually 97.18% of those who registered have actually joined for consolidation already. Now, yung sinasabi mo natin na 52% is based on those units na binigyan ng franchise, which could include units with franchise but failed to register. Kaya titignan natin dun sa data, sino ho ba talaga ang at this point ay talagang gusto pa hong tumakbo sa daan. And one way of determining that na gusto pa nilang mamasada is yung ating data dun sa mga nag-register. Kasi kung gusto mo pong magpasada, syempre it follows that nire-register mo yung iyong sasakyan. So, yun ho ang tinitignan natin as one of the basis. At yun ho iba naman na hindi pa nagre-register, yun ho yung we're trying to cleanse the database. Bakit hindi sila nag-register? Nasaan sila? Na binigyan sila ng franchise, at pero for the past year, hindi sila nag-register. No? Yun ho yung ginagawa natin noon hong nag-deadline ng December. Ang moving forward po talaga natin is really to cleanse the baseline, the database, and find out itong kalahati na hindi nag-register ng 2023, nasaan na sila? Gusto pa ba nila magpatuloy sa pamamasada o ayaw na nila? Ano yung problema? gusto ba nila mag-avail na ng social support mechanism po sa ilalim ng programa? Or totally, they want to retire because of old age perhaps. No? May mga ganun mo kasing scenarios din tayo on the ground na parang the ordinary employee that they would already want to retire. Yun po.
Okay, ma'am. So if we're going by your 42, that includes the ones with the franchises but have not been registered. They may not or may be on the streets pa rin. But with that population, meron ba silang parang second chance under the extension to number 1, maybe register, number 2, form corporation?
Okay. Meron ho. Ganito ho, no? This policy has been long-standing for LTFRB. Kapag may franchise ka, ang basic rule po is syempre registration yearly. That's also the requirement of LTO. Yearly ang registration po natin ng mga sasakyan, whether private ka or public, yearly ho dapat nire-register. Under the existing rules po of LTFRB, ang mga jeepneys po, they're given 1 year from yung schedule nila to register for them to be allowed to register. For example po, ending 1 ka, hindi ka naka-register ng January 2023, ina-allow ka pa rin ho, just file the necessary request or file the necessary motion. You will be, for late confirmation, yun ho ang tawag natin, for you to be allowed late registration. Of course, noon ho, may mga penalties yan. Pero the board po, noong panahon ho since panahon ho ng pandemic way back 2020 onwards, in several issuances, wina-waive din ho ng board ang mga penalties in the past.
And you will now?
Right now, wala po. Kasi we just accommodated po yung naging problema ng pandemya ho noon. Even po with the present board, they had one issuance for the waiver of penalties. So yung mga ganun ho, in-address ho natin in the past. But still, we saw, based on data ho, nagre-review ho tayo ng data ngayon ng buwan na to after that December deadline. We still found certain units that failed to register for the past 2 years na. So nandun ho tayo sa stage na yon na 2 years na, hindi pa rin ho nag-register. So, hinihimay ho natin pa konti-konti yung data natin na bakit hindi talaga sila nag-register even for the past 2 years. At sino dito ang gusto namang magpa-register, then we will allow, at least based on existing policies, if there's a need again for the board to issue another policy to address po yung mga ganito, just for them to be included in the consolidation. Perhaps that would be for consideration din po ng board. Ang tinitignan lang ho talaga natin ay yung mga gusto pa ho talagang mamasada. We will try to get the data po noon and determine din po based on our baseline sino po yung talagang maaari pa ho magpatuloy at hindi.
Sir, as a matter of description, yun pong 20 plus na hindi registered, colorum, but operationally, parang may second life sila, di ba? Kung hindi ka nakapag-register, you'll be allowed to register and you will be allowed to form your own corporations para pumasok sa program.
Program ng consolidation.
So parang may mga pasaway kang nakalimutan na, sige na, pasok lang kayo. Curiosity lang. Kasi kahapon, so yung sa Bacolod case, pag po ba yung franchise, nakatali yun sa jeep, ibig sabihin, si sir, si secretary, may franchise and then may jeep. Kunin ko sila, corporation. Kunin ko rin yung jeep niya. Meaning, physically, I will take control of kukunin ko yung jeep. Hindi, Bacolod case, sir.
Sir, yung Bacolod case kasi, yung home franchise nakatali po doon sa jeep at saka yung may-ari. In that case, it is tied up to the to a certain to the corporation.
Yes, sir. Individual.
Correct.
Actually,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Correct.
Skip
So,
up. Yun na.
being the registered owner under the law, they have the legal personality na kukunin yung sasakyan. Kasi sa kanila nakarehistro yung sasakyan.
So rephrase ko. Kasi ang worry ng mga jeep, yung nawawalan sila ng something, hinahawakan. For example, sir, jeepney owner ako. And magpapa-consolidate ako. Sige, sunod ako. Magpa-corporation tayo. Yun po bang jeep ko mawawala sa akin? Or can I convert it to a private vehicle?
Number one, yung existing jeep mo, it will be converted into a private vehicle muna. Okay. However, pag nag-modernize na kayo, ha? Kasi modernization is one phase of the modernization. Currently, the jeeps are still in the name of the owners. However, upon consolidation, nilalagay na po yan sa pangalan ng kooperatiba. Yung jeep, yes. Okay.
Kasi may mga cases
Sir,
kasi
ganito po.
na kinukuha yung jeep, ma'am eh. Paano ba yun?
Yes, ganito po. We're talking here of traditional muna.
Yes, ma'am. Opo.
Kasi yung modern definitely
Ibang dynamics yan.
iba yan. Yung traditional po kasi, pag halimbawa ko ordinary operator, magpo-form kami ng co-op or I will join. Normally po, yung jeep mo forms part of your share capital din kasi. Yung starting asset po ng isang kooperatiba. Okay. So, now po, dahil ang ating scenario is fragmented type, sabihin individually owned, yung jeep mo, nakapangalan sa'yo. But once you join, you're fully aware that you have to have some form of capital share for the cooperative or the corporation that you are forming.
Kaya may
or
binabayad
you're
sila
joining.
membership, di ba?
Yes. And in some cases po, even that the jeepneys form part of their share capital. Meron po tayong ganong arrangements din po sa mga corporations at sa mga kooperatiba. Now, once they join po, yun ho ay kinoconsolidate, mag-a-apply na po itong kooperatiba or korporasyon ho sa amin sa LTFRB through the form of a petition or application for consolidation. Naka-include po doon yung mga units na kaanib doon sa corporation or cooperative. Now, ang atin ho, sa ngayon, since most of them have to undergo pa a lot of requirements, no? Hihiringan pa ho yan, bibigyan ho ng provisional authority, in which case, nakapangalan ho yung franchise na doon sa applicant, but yung hong ORCR under the provisional authority remains. No?
Okay.
Hindi pa natin pinapalitan yung ownership. It is only when we issue eventually the certificate of public convenience that we are transferring na ho doon sa corporation or the cooperative yung ownership po noong mga franchise and the units involved. Now, the units involved po, kung magmo-modernize na sila, then that's the time ho na magkakaroon na ng dropping and substitution.
And what happens? Who owns now the traditional jeep?
If it's already part of the dropping and substitution, then they can convert it into private.
Akin pa rin.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So we would like to hear the closing statement of the Honorable Secretary.
First, I'd like to thank media for attending this press briefing. No? Alam niyo po, yung intention natin dun sa extension is really to help those who want to join the program. No? Ito po ay ginawa ng Presidente, no? Para matulungan yung gustong mag-support ng PUV modernization program. No? Yun pong hindi magsusupport, wala na po kami magagawa sa kanila. But yung gustong mag-support, we will open our offices para maging part sila nitong ating programa. No? And ang LTFRB po, ang Office of Transport Cooperative, DOTR, will assist all those who are willing to support the program. No? Ulitin ko po, itong programa na to ay para doon sa gustong mag-join ng ating PUV modernization program. No? Ito po yung mga kumakausap sa amin nangihingi ng more time for them to comply with the requirements of consolidation. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much for this press conference.